Hello, everyone. In today's episode, let's join English Discovery News to explore an extremely hot topic: the AI arms race, the Cold War of code, the Oppenheimer Moment. 75 years ago, the world changed forever when scientists split the atom. It gave humanity the power to light up cities or to destroy them in a flash. Today, we are standing at a similar precipice. But this time, we are not splitting atoms. We are building minds. Artificial intelligence, AI, is no longer just science fiction or a helpful chatbot on your phone. It has become the central battlefield of the 21st century. World leaders, from Washington to Beijing, agree on one thing: whoever becomes the leader in this sphere will become the ruler of the world, as Vladimir Putin once famously said. We are witnessing the start of an AI arms race, a desperate, high-speed struggle for digital supremacy. The winner will control the global economy, military strategy, and perhaps the future of human evolution. The loser will become a digital colony. The two giants. Just like the Cold War was a standoff between the USA and the Soviet Union, the AI Cold War is a binary contest between the United States and China. On one side, you have the United States, driven by a chaotic but brilliant private sector. Silicon Valley giants like Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, and Anthropic are pushing the boundaries of generative AI at breakneck speed. Their strength lies in innovation, capital, and top-tier talent. On the other side, you have China. Beijing has a different advantage: data. With 1.4 billion people and a government that can access vast amounts of user information without strict privacy laws, China has the world's largest dataset to train its algorithms. The Chinese government has set a national goal to be the world's primary AI innovation center by 2030. It is a clash of systems: Western democratic capitalism versus authoritarian state planning, fighting to define the code that will run our lives. The hardware bottleneck. Software creates the magic, but hardware limits the power. This brings us back to our previous discussion on microchips. You cannot train a massive AI model like GPT-4 or Gemini without thousands of specialized GPUs, graphics processing units. This is why the AI war is currently fighting a proxy war over hardware. The United States has imposed strict export controls, banning the sale of the most advanced NVIDIA chips to China. The goal is simple: to freeze China's AI development in time. Washington is essentially saying, you can have the car, but we will not give you the engine. In response, China is pouring billions into its domestic semiconductor industry, trying to break this blockade. It is a technological siege, and the outcome will determine who reaches AGI, artificial general intelligence, first. Lethal autonomous weapons. The most terrifying aspect of this race is not economic, but military. We are moving toward lethal autonomous weapons systems, laws, often called killer robots. Imagine a swarm of small drones, powered by AI, that can identify, track, and engage targets without a human ever pressing a button. An AI pilot can react faster than any human pilot in a dogfight. An AI submarine can hide silently in the ocean for months. The Pentagon is currently developing Replicator, a program to field thousands of autonomous systems to counter China's mass. The ethical danger is massive. If we remove humans from the kill chain, we risk wars that escalate at the speed of algorithms, faster than diplomacy can stop them. A coding error could trigger a conflict that no human intended. The disinformation apocalypse. Before AI fires a single bullet, it might destroy our societies from within. We are entering the age of deep fakes and synthetic media. AI can now generate photorealistic images, clone human voices, and write persuasive propaganda in seconds. In a geopolitical conflict, a hostile nation could flood an adversary's internet with fake news, generating millions of bot comments to divide the population and influence elections. The barrier to entry for information warfare has collapsed. You no longer need a room full of spies. You just need one powerful server. As the line between truth and fiction blurs, trust in democratic institutions could crumble. If you cannot believe your eyes or ears, how can you function as a citizen? This is the epistemic crisis, the destruction of shared reality. The economic tsunami. Beyond war and spies, AI promises, or threatens, to rewrite the global economy. Goldman Sachs predicts that generative AI could automate 300 million full-time jobs. Unlike the Industrial Revolution, which replaced muscle with machines, the AI revolution replaces intelligence with algorithms. Doctors, lawyers, coders, writers, and financial analysts are all in the crosshairs. For developing nations, this is a nightmare scenario. Countries like India or Vietnam grew their economies by offering cheap outsourced labor, call centers, coding farms. If an AI in California can do that work for free, the development ladder is kicked away. We might see a world of extreme inequality, where the countries that own the AI gather all the wealth, while the rest of the world struggles with mass unemployment. This could lead to social unrest on a scale we have never seen. Sovereign AI. Because of these risks, nations are realizing they cannot rely on American or Chinese tech. We are seeing the rise of sovereign AI. Countries like France, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and India are spending billions to build their own domestic AI models. They want AI nationalism. They argue that relying on ChatGPT means exporting their culture and data to a US corporation. They want AI that speaks their language, understands their laws, and protects their secrets. The internet, which was once a global village, is fracturing into a splinternet, with each region operating behind its own digital borders, guarded by its own national AI. The black box problem. Finally, there is a scientific mystery that haunts the researchers themselves. It is called the black box problem. Modern AI relies on deep learning neural networks. We feed them data, and they learn patterns, but we don't actually know how they reach their conclusions. As these systems become more complex than the human brain, they become unpredictable. This creates the alignment problem. How do we ensure that a superintelligent AI shares human values? If we are in an arms race, safety is often sacrificed for speed. If the US fears China is about to break through, they might launch an unsafe model. If China fears the US, they might cut corners on safety protocols. We are racing to build a godlike intelligence without knowing if we can control it. Conclusion. The AI arms race is not coming. It is already here. It is silent, invisible, and happening in server farms deep underground. It holds the promise of curing cancer, solving climate change, and unlocking unlimited energy. But it also carries the risk of automated war, economic collapse, and the loss of truth. We are like children playing with a loaded gun. The question is not whether AI will change the world. That is guaranteed. The question is, will we use this technology to elevate humanity, or will we let the race for dominance destroy us? Discussion. This topic brings up one of the biggest debates in human history. Question of the day: do you think we should pause AI development to establish global safety treaties, like we did with nuclear weapons? Or is it impossible to stop progress because if we don't build it, our enemies will? This is the choice between safety and dominance. Let me know your opinion in the comments with the keyword safety or dominance. I'm English Discovery News. Stay human, stay critical, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.